guys, Kid Aikino here. I just saw something on Twitter earlier today that I thought would make pretty fun, more kind of low-key sort of content, so here we go. So when you're a fan of anything, as long as I've been a fan of Godzilla and monster movies and things like that, you gather a lot of really specific knowledge that's not all that useful, but it's very in-depth about whatever the specific thing is that you're passionate about, basically. And while I'm not quite as obsessive about like certain kinds of minutia as other people, like official monster stats, that sort of thing, you know, I have still just accumulated kind of a lot of just really specific knowledge and little facts and backgrounds about these movies and things like that. And I've had the opportunity to kind of flex that a little bit, I guess, at G-Fest over the past handful of years that I've been going. They have there every year something they call Jeopardy, which is kind of, you know, they load up a sort of a programmable classroom Jeopardy kind of plug and play game with all kinds of Godzilla and kaiju related questions. And they have a couple of qualifying rounds during the day, I think on Friday, and then the final happens in the evening on Saturday. And so I have participated in this all 3 of the past years I've been going. In 2017, I qualified for the final, so I won that first round, but I had plans that would have conflicted with the final round. The Music Box, my favorite indie theater here in Chicago, was showing Kong Skull Island in 70mm with a Q&A by the director Jordan Vogt Roberts, and I wasn't going to miss that, so I had to kind of bow out of the final and pass the opportunity along to the runner-up there, which I have no regrets about that. It was a great time. In 2018, in a rather dramatic turn of events, that I'm looking at the Discord logs right now, the Kaiju Crew Discord, the G-Fest channel, where people were talking about this as it was happening. That was the year I made it to the final. I think I had a fairly commanding lead going into the final Jeopardy, the final question of that final round. What ended up happening was I got that last question right, but I was too conservative with the amount of points that I wagered, and so I ended up being overtaken by another player who bet it all on that last question. So I lost that one by being a little too cautious, but it was a very dramatic upset, and it must have been fun to watch. I mean, the chat kind of went nuts. And then last year, 2019, I think I bet everything on the last question, and then ended up actually not knowing it. I think I was in the lead again, but I ended up not knowing the final question, and then just, you know, lost all my points that I bet at the last moment there. So I guess another dramatic upset, but like that I just lost plain and simple. But yeah, so when it comes to this sort of trivia and everything like that, I tend to think I'm reasonably knowledgeable. It's not something I particularly pride myself on per se. It's just, you know, something that inevitably happens when you're really into something for a really long time. And so I saw something posted on Twitter today that I thought would be kind of fun, and here it is. This is the Godzilla certification exam, which Toho Kingdom covered actually in a little news article thing. This was apparently an event that was held in Japan sometime last year, this big quiz event, and Nicholas Driscoll, a correspondent for Toho Kingdom, attended this event and took the quiz, took a bunch of pictures, and covered it in this article here that we're seeing as I'm scrolling down. And so then it looks like just earlier today they've posted a translation of the actual quiz itself for people to test their own knowledge. So that should be fun, right? I guess this will be the first Kid Aikino Let's Play of sorts. I'll become a Twitch streamer. I'll just stream Godzilla games. But here we go. So it looks like we've got a beginner level, 30 questions, intermediate level, 36 questions, final trial, beginner, final trial, intermediate, and final trial super advanced. Now I don't remember offhand the exact organization or how these how these different quiz segments were kind of arranged, but I figure what the hell, I'm not exactly pressed for time tonight. I'll just go through all of them. Alright, so let's get started. Beginner level. So click the next button to start the quiz. Good luck. Alright. So here we are on the first page. Question 1. What was the release date of Godzilla in 1954, which in 2017 was recognized as Godzilla Day by the Japan Anniversary Association? January 1st, November 3rd, April 29th, December 23rd. That would be November 3rd. I remember this because, not every year, but once in a while I'll make a point to rewatch the original film on that date. Question 2. Who from among the following actors portrayed Godzilla in the majority of the Showa series, starting with the very first film, and was memorialized at the 90th American Academy Awards held in 2018? Haruo Nakajima, Kenpachiro Satsuma, Tsutomu Kitagawa, and Bin Furuya. Haruo Nakajima. Question 3. In Godzilla 1954, which of the following scientific weapons was invented by Dr. Serizawa and killed Godzilla? Unmanned conventional train bomb, full metal missile, oxygen destroyer, and Super X. That would be the oxygen destroyer, of course. The train bomb's from Shin Godzilla. The full metal missile is Godzilla 2000. The other one was Super X was Return of Godzilla. Question 4. Who was the director of Godzilla 1954? Eiji Tsuburaya, Hideaki Anno, Jun Fukuda, or Ishiro Honda? It will be Honda. Eiji Tsuburaya was the special effects director on a number of films, but never actually directed a Godzilla film. The other two did, of course, but not the original. Question 5. Which of the following appeared as the series' first opponent to battle Godzilla in Godzilla Raids Again, 1955? Anguirus, Mothra, King Kong, or Dr. Serizawa? I kind of like the inclusion of Serizawa, because, you could make the case that he's Godzilla's first opponent. He's the first individual entity to have battled Godzilla directly, one-on-one, but that was not in Godzilla Raids Again. That was Anguirus. I will always prefer the Angulus rendering, but Toho put this thing together, so I'll play by the house rules there. 6. Within the stories of Godzilla 1954 and Shin Godzilla 2016, which of the following islands is said to be home to the legend of the monster Gojira? And they have the Ateji kanji spelling right there, the phonetic kanji spelling. That actually, I found that neat that they brought that up in Shin Godzilla. I guess that's Anno's otaku tendencies popping up there a little bit. That was fun. But yeah, Odo Island, Lecce Island, Faro Island, or Infant Island. It was, of course, Odo Island. Next page. So which of the following is the creature after which Mothra takes its motif? Japanese giant flying squirrel, moth, shrimp, or butterfly? Obviously a moth. I feel like that question was probably harder in Japanese. Although the alternate choices are interesting. The butterfly seems like a kind of a trick option, just because Mothra is so colorful. But then, there is a shrimp monster, it's not Mothra, and there is the Japanese giant flying squirrel. It might seem like a non sequitur, but that's kind of what Varan has going on, so that's interesting. I'm kind of enjoying going through these options here, but I feel like that's going to make this take a really long time to get through. So I'm going to maybe cool off on that a little bit. Question 2. Which of the following monsters confronted King Ghidorah alongside Godzilla and Mothra in Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, 1964? Anguirus, Baragon, Rodan, or Gorosaurus? That was Rodan. Question 3. How many necks does King Ghidorah have? 1, 3, 2, or 4? 3. I feel like... Well, granted, that's not the title in Japanese, so that wouldn't have really... that wouldn't have given it away exactly on the original quiz. But anyway. Question 4. Which of the following is the name of the secret organization that appears in Ebirah, Horror of the Deep, 1966? Red bamboo, white bamboo, yellow bamboo, or blue bamboo? That's kind of funny. But yeah, red bamboo. Question 5. Who is the actor that played Hideto Ogata in Godzilla, 1954? Hiroki Hasegawa, Akira Kubo, Akira Takarada, or Takashi Shimura? I find Hasegawa's inclusion amusing just because he wouldn't have been born at the time. Akira Kubo probably was, but he wasn't in that movie. Though he was in 3 Godzilla movies, I think. Question 6. In Shin Godzilla 2016, which of the following drinks did Shuichi Izumi present to the irate Rando Yaguchi? Red juice, orange juice, mineral water, or yellow juice? These two kind of sound like nonsense answers, although this could be an Infant Island allusion. I don't know how in-depth they're going with their kind of winking lore references here. It would have been the mineral water. I didn't know it was mineral water specifically, but it was very clearly a bottle of water. I find it kind of funny that they they made a whole quiz question out of that little moment, because I think it was kind of a, maybe not a meme, but at least like a recognizable moment for Japanese fans. There was a great video of like a cosplay audience interaction screening of Shin Godzilla where some of the fans interviewed outside it referenced it as, they had a name for it, I want to say like Botorudon or something like that. Throw that footage up here if I can find it. Alright, next page. Question 1. In Son of Godzilla 1967, what is the name of the operation aiming to control the weather of Solgal Island? Freezing operation, sherbet operation, cooling operation, or radioactivity sonde operation? I have never known how to pronounce that word or even what that word means. I've seen it in translations of the dialogue in that movie, but I don't think it's the name of the operation. I kind of want to say sherbet operation. I don't remember it specifically from the movie's dialogue, but I remember it from a translation of like the musical score titles. I feel like that was the title of one of those tracks. So I'm gonna go with that one. That one I'm actually not sure about. That's a surprisingly hardball question for the beginner level. I guess it's really not. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm surprised to be thrown quite that much by one at this level. Most of these have been pretty easy. Anyway, question 2. Which of the following monsters appeared in Son of Godzilla in 1967? Minilla, Little Godzilla, Baby Godzilla, Godzilla Jr. I already used the pedant mode meme in the last little G-Fest video. I guess I gotta throw that up again now. But, yes, the Showa incarnation of the Son of Godzilla is referred to as Minilla. Question 3. In the story of Godzilla 1954, Dr. Yamane postulates that Godzilla is a creature from which era? Permian period, Edo era, Jurassic period to Cretaceous period, or Cambrian period? That'll be funny. Godzilla running around medieval Tokyo. Jurassic period to Cretaceous period, although he does infamously... siren outside. He does infamously misdate that as 2 million years ago. Question number 4. In addition to human and Godzilla cells, Biollante was also composed of the cells of a plant. Which of the following is that plant? Watermelon, Rose, Venus Flytrap, or Lily. That would be a Rose. Question 5. Which actress played Kyoko Ann Patterson, the special envoy of the President of the United States in Shin Godzilla from 2016? Satomi Ishihara, Masami Nagasawa, Yuriko Hoshi, or Hairi Katagiri? It's Satomi Ishihara, but Masami Nagasawa and Yuriko Hoshi are both actresses who have appeared in Godzilla movies. Masami Nagasawa, I think, was one of the Shobijin in like the 2000s movies, like Tokyo SOS and Final Wars, I think. Yuriko Hoshi was in Mothra vs. Godzilla and Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, and I think appeared again in Godzilla vs. Megaguirus. But Hairi Katagiri is... I think that's the name of the antagonist in Godzilla 2000, who is, among other things, not a woman. I know that's the last name. I don't know about the first name, but I'm pretty sure that's who that is. That's kind of funny. Question 6. In the movie Shin Godzilla 2016, at which location did the blood coagulant take effect and cause Godzilla to stop moving? I know the attack started at Tokyo Station, which is where he kind of went into hibernation after expending a huge amount of energy in the atomic ray attack. Did he move to... I mean, I don't think it was Atami Castle. I don't remember seeing any kind of a castle in that scene. It wasn't Kamata, that's where he first came ashore, near the beginning of the film. Makuhari Bay area, I'm not sure where that is. I'm gonna guess Tokyo Station, just because I know that's where that last attack begins. I don't know if he moves terribly far from there. Anyway, that's my guess. Next page. Question 1, page 4. In the movie Destroy All Monsters, 1968, where's the location of Monsterland, the island where the monsters live? The Izu Islands, the Okinawa Islands. Are there more than one? Shit, I don't know much about Okinawa. The Ogasawara Islands or the Goto Islands. That would be Ogasawara. Question 2 in Destroy All Monsters, 1968. Which of the following monsters did Godzilla face? Gigan, Mechagodzilla, Space Godzilla, or King Ghidorah? It's King Ghidorah. None of the rest of those had been introduced yet. Question 3. Which of the following social issues was addressed in Godzilla vs. Hedorah, 1971? Hydrogen bomb testing, student activism, pollution, or the baby boom. I feel like that one kind of talks shit about young activists a little bit, but obviously the main one was pollution. Question 4. Which of the following is the theme song for Godzilla vs. Hedorah, 1971? Monster March, Give Back the Sun, Miyabi's Prayer, or Call Happiness. That would be Give Back the Sun, which... the Japanese lyrics, I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they are thankfully translated on the Criterion Blu-ray. They're raw as fuck. Like, I think the English version from the American theatrical release, Save the Earth, is kind of remembered as being sort of campy and funny. Not so much Give Back the Sun. That one's dark, especially for a kid's movie. Anyway, question 5. Which of the following film studios is used for the filming of the Godzilla series? Toei Movie Studios, Toei Studio Kyoto, Daiei Tokyo Studio, or Toho Studios. I feel like this might be referring specifically to the facilities and sound stages used, but so like it might not necessarily be named Toho or whatever. They might just rent out a different thing, but I'm pretty sure they do it like in-house, so going with Toho there. Question 6. Which one of the following weapons or machines was not present in Shin Godzilla 2016? Giant electrodes, Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit, concrete pump truck, or Type 10 main battle tank. Let's see, not present, that would be the giant electrodes. Those were in Godzilla vs. Hedorah. The rest of these, I believe, I think the B-2 is the stealth bomber. that the Americans bomb Godzilla with. The concrete pump trucks, of course, the end. The Type 10 main battle tank, I think during the big artillery attack. Must have been. Anyway, page 5 of beginner level. Question 1. Which of the following is the third movie where Godzilla and Mechagodzilla fought one another? So, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, Terror of Mechagodzilla, Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. And now I feel like the incidental quality of what the movie's respective English titles ended up being made this one a bit more of a trick question than it would have been in Japanese. But it would be Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, which was so titled in English just because it was the second Japanese movie that was called Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. And so they slapped that 2 on there, I think, just to differentiate it. Question 2. Which of the following movies did Gigan appear in following Godzilla vs. Megalon? So after that, it would have been Godzilla Final Wars. He didn't appear in any of the rest of these before or after Megalon. Question 3. In Terror of Mechagodzilla, 1975, which of the following monsters paired up with Mechagodzilla to face off against Godzilla? Oh yeah, Mechagodzilla 2, being the specific name for the variant in that film. Gigan, Titanosaurus, Mogra, or Jet Jaguar? It was Titanosaurus. Question 4. Once Ghidorah takes on his final form in Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, giant monsters all out attack. Which of the following is the proper nomenclature by which he should be referred? 100-year-old dragon, million-year-old dragon, 1,000-year-old dragon, billion-year-old dragon. I believe it's 1,000. It's between 1,000 and 100, I think. I'm not completely sure. But anyway, question 5. In Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 from 1993, which of the following machines combined with Mechagodzilla? Garuda, Shirasagi, Black Hole, or Super X? That would be Garuda. Question 6. Which of the following Godzilla movies was released in 1989? The Return of Godzilla, Godzilla vs. Biollante, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, Godzilla vs. Mothra. That would be Biollante. Alright. Final answers. Let's hit submit. Quiz complete. Answered all 30 questions correctly. Congratulations. Alright. Like I said, there were a couple I wasn't completely sure about, but yeah. Alright, so I'm a certified beginner there, so let's see if it gives the option to move on to the it returned to exam main page. Okay. Intermediate level, 36 questions. Okay, I'm going to try to move through these a little more quickly. So, intermediate level, page 1, question 1. Which of the following weapons was used by the Super X in the film The Return of Godzilla in 1984? Cadmium missile, fire mirror, Type 95, ultra low temperature laser gun, marker light FOP. Marker light? I don't know. I'm gonna not get pedantic about that. But it was the cadmium missile. Question 2. In Godzilla 1954, which of the following is the correct combination of people who dive into the sea to defeat Godzilla? Dr. Serizawa only, Dr. Serizawa and Dr. Yamane, Hideto Ogata and Dr. Serizawa, Hideto Ogata and Dr. Yamane. It was Ogata and Serizawa. Question 3. Jun Kunimura, who played the integrated chief of staff in Shin Godzilla 2016, also appeared in which of the following Godzilla movies? Godzilla 1954, Godzilla vs. Destoroyah, Godzilla 2000, Millennium, and Godzilla Final Wars. That was Final Wars. Question 4. Shakiris, which appears in The Return of Godzilla in 1984, is a parasitic creature that fed off of Godzilla and which was mutated by the radiation coming off of its host. Among the following, which type of creature is Shakiris? Sea louse, pillbug, tick, leech. I think it's a sea louse. I'm gonna trust Travis Swords on this one. I trust that he won't let me down here. Sea louse carcass washed ashore. Question 5. Which of the following was the name of the psychic girl who appeared from Godzilla vs. Biollante 1989 to Godzilla vs. Destoroyah 1995 and was played by Megumi Odaka, Mirai Saigusa, Katsura Sanshi, Io Shinoda, and Miki Saigusa? That would be the correct answer. Miki Saigusa. Mirai Saigusa is an interesting answer. Mirai means future. So being a psychic, that that kind of makes sense. Katsura Sanshi. There was a character named Katsura, but her last name was not Sanshi. Yoshinoda, of course, Godzilla 2000. Anyway, which from among the following is the correct Japanese reading of the title for Godzilla vs. Biollante 1989 as found in its theatrical trailer? So, Gojira Tai Biorante, Gojira VS Biorante, Gojira Basasu Biorante, Gojira to Biorante. This is an interesting question, actually. This is about the pronunciation, because the title was actually spelled out with the Roman letters VS for verses. I'm not sure how it was pronounced in the trailer. I think it was just Gojira Tai Biorante. I think they just still pronounced it the same way as they had when they actually used a kanji in between them. I'm not sure about that one, but I'll make that. I'll put that down as my guess. All right, page 2. In Mothra vs. Godzilla 1964, from where did Godzilla make his appearance? Iwato Island, the Arctic Ocean, Kurata Beach, and Odo Island. That would be Kurata Beach. After the typhoon destroyed the big renovation project there. Yeah. Iwato Island is where the climax takes place, I think. No. That's where they spot Godzilla and Godzilla raids again. The Arctic Ocean is where he comes from in King Kong vs. Godzilla. And then Odo Island is in the original film. Question 2. Which country does Princess Salno rule over in Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster? Saradia, Selgina, Seatopia, or the Mu Empire? That would be Selgina. Question 3. During Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, 1964, where does Rodan first make his appearance? Mount Fuji, New York, Adonoa Island, or Mount Aso? That would be Mount Aso, although I don't know about Mount Fuji, but New York and Adonoa Island would be correct for other films, but not that one. Question 4. In which year did Godzillasaurus first appear in Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, 1991? 1954, 1944, 1992, or 2204? That would be 1944. They have the whole World War II time travel sequence. Question 5. Which of the following is the name of the indigenous people that flourished on Earth during ancient times in Godzilla vs. Mothra, 1992, and were played by Keiko Imamura and Sayaka Osawa? Atmos, the Peanuts, Cosmos, and Suchmos. Atmos is... maybe that's referring to something else, but that's the name of like a surround sound system. The Peanuts were the pop singing duo of identical twins that played them in the 60s. The real life pop duo. Whereas, the actual name was the Cosmos. I have no idea where Suchmos comes from. Question 6. In Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, 1993, where is the headquarters of the United Nations G Countermeasures Center, UNGCC, located? Tsukuba, Shibaura, Hachioji, or Tachikawa? I'm not up on my Versus series lore. I'm not sure. I'm gonna guess Tsukuba. I have no idea. I know Tachikawa is where like a lot of the provisional government was headquartered in Shin Godzilla after Godzilla's attack on Tokyo, where he just wiped out the entire fucking cabinet. Hachioji was where Mechagodzilla, or Kiryu, I think, was stationed in the Kiryu films. I don't know about Shiba Ura. I'm gonna guess Tsukuba, but I really don't know. Alright, page 3. Question 1. Mogar is made up of 7 letters, with M standing for mobile and G standing for Godzilla. What does the 5th letter E stand for? Elite, Eliminator, Expert, or Egoist? That would be Expert, but Egoist, that is a funny choice. Question 2. Which of the following is the name of the special effects director for Godzilla vs. Biollante, 1989, to Godzilla vs. Destoroyah, 1995? Eiji Tsuburaya, Sadamasa Arikawa, Teruyoshi Nakano, or Koichi Kawakita? It'll be Kawakita. Question 3. Having first appeared in Godzilla 1954, how many movies has the character Emiko Yamane appeared in throughout the Godzilla series, including the original Godzilla? 1 movie, 2 movies, 3 movies, or 4 movies? That would be 2 movies. The original and Godzilla vs. Destoroyah, where she shows back up briefly. Question 4. Who is the character who played Mitsuo Katagiri? Oh, Mitsuo. That's his name. There we go. That's that question answered. Who is the actor who played Mitsuo Katagiri in Godzilla 2000 Millennium? Hideo Amamoto, Kenichi Nagira, Hiroshi Abe, or Akira Emoto? Hiroshi Abe. Question 5. In Godzilla 2000 Millennium, 1999, which among the following is the name which Professor Yuji Shinoda christened the base element that grants Godzilla's cells their regenerative ability? They kind of give this one away, because the answer is Organizer G1, which was named Regenerator G1 in the TriStar English dub. But they make a note of that name from the dub in these answers here, which I assume was added in the translation and wasn't present in the Japanese text of the quiz. But yeah, that kind of gives it away a little bit. Oh well. During Shin Godzilla, question 6, during Shin Godzilla 2016, what is the official designation of the organization properly called the Kyosaitai, set up by the Japanese government? Okay. Alright. So, I don't know. I don't know how many people remember this, but I actually ran a side blog on Tumblr for a while, where I just posted screenshots of the Anno text captions from Shin Godzilla, and had, below the screenshot would be an English translation, and I actually went through and did a lot of the translations myself, so here we go. This is my time to shine. So our options are Kirai Fume Seibutsu Tokute Saigai Taisaku Honbu. He likes his verbose organization names, Anno does. Giant Unknown Organism Designated Disaster Response Headquarters. Kirai Fume Seibutsu Tokusetsu Saigai Taiyo Honbu. Giant Unknown Organism Specifically Set Up Disaster Responding Headquarters. I don't know. And I don't remember the exact pronunciation from the movie either. I don't think it's the second one, Taiyo Honbu. I think it's Taisaku Honbu, but which one of these is it? I think it's the third one. I think Giant Unknown Organism Special Disaster Response Headquarters. And of course these translations don't match. Another siren. These translations don't exactly match the ones I came up with for these, so, and I don't remember the exact Japanese pronunciation, so that one's a guess. These are getting tougher, I gotta say. Page 4, question 1. Which of the following featured the first appearance of Meganulon, which also appeared in Godzilla vs. Megaguirus 2000? Godzilla vs. Megalon, Gorath, Varan, or Rodan? That would be Rodan. They appear at first terrorizing a small little mining town, and then the protagonist gets stuck in the mine while driving some of them away, and then witnesses Rodan hatching and eating them all. It's a great It's a great scene. It's a great escalation of the threat too. That movie was the slow burn escalation of that movie was really cool, I have to say. Question 2. Which of the following cities became submerged underwater in Godzilla vs. Megaguirus 2000? Shibuya, Odaiba, Akihabara, or Nagatacho? I think these are all districts in Tokyo as opposed to cities per se, but I think it's Shibuya. Question 3. Who is the director of Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah Giant Monsters All Out Attack? That's my boy Shusuke Kaneko. Question 4. Where does Mothra first appear in Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah Giant Monsters All Out Attack? Infant Island, Lake Ikeda, Shizunoura, or Mount Miyoko? Lake Ikeda. Yeah. Because Mount Miyoko was, that was where Baragon was. But I got a little faked out for a second there, because I remember there was like the lake or the river or whatever that they chucked the stone into. Where is the lake where Godzilla was slumbering in Invasion of Astro Monster in 1965? Lake Kawaguchi, West Lake, Myojin Lake, or Lake Motosu? That would be Myojin. Question 6. Which of the following monsters cannot fly? Meganulon, Meganula, Megaguirus, or Rodan? I believe it's the Meganulon, because they kind of shed they kind of molt their skin off and become the Meganula, which can fly. I don't revisit Godzilla vs. Megaguirus all that often. I don't think it's very good. But I think that's what the distinction was. Alright, so that's page 4 down. Page 5, intermediate level. Question 1. Which of the following is the name of the Kiryu Squadron commander who appeared in both Godzilla against Mechagodzilla and Godzilla Tokyo SOS? Togashi, Sasaki, Tsujimori, or Kumasaka? That would be Togashi. Question 2. Of the 29 live-action Japanese movies, how many times has Godzilla fought against Mechagodzilla? So this is in movies, not as in separate times within movies. If it was separate times within movies, I'd be well and truly fucked. But let me see. So you've got Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, you've got Terror of Mechagodzilla, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, and Tokyo SOS. So that's 5 movies. Question 3. Which of the following was the US military weapon to first cause Godzilla, 4th form, to bleed in Shin Godzilla? Bunker Buster, ICBM, Full Metal Missile, or Tomahawk Land Attack Missile? It was a Bunker Buster. They use a more formal name for it in like the Anno text, I think. But yeah, that's what it was. It was a Bunker Buster. Question 4. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 1974 serves as an anniversary film for the birth of Godzilla. What anniversary was it celebrating? 20th, 1974. That's a very simple math question to be putting in the intermediate tier. That's odd. Did they not note the dates in the questions in the Japanese version, maybe? I don't know. Question 5. Which of the following is the name of the deadly weapon that Kiryu is equipped with in Godzilla against Mechagodzilla? Absolute Zero, G Crusher, Finger Missile, and Homyu Shot. I don't know what the hell Homyu Shot is, but that would be Absolute Zero, which I think that was an interesting choice to put on Mechagodzilla, considering it originally came from the Gotengo. Question 6. In Godzilla Tokyo SOS 2003, which of the following monsters lay dead on Kujikiri Beach? Kamebas, Gazora, Ganimes, or Anguirus? It was Kamebas. Although I think I've heard that the original plan was to use Anguirus, but they changed course somewhere in the middle there. I'm not sure why. But anyway, page 6. I believe this is the last one. Question 1. Which of the following is the Toho Tokusatsu movie that featured the character Shinichi Chujo, who also appeared in Godzilla Tokyo SOS? Mothra vs. Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan, or Varan? That would be Mothra. Question 2. Who played the controller of Planet X in Godzilla Final Wars 2004? Yoshio Tsuchiya was the original, but not in Final Wars. Kumi Mizuno was in Invasion of Astro Monster as well, but and she was in Final Wars, but not as the controller. I think it's Masato Ibu, which is sometimes rendered as Masato Eve. But yeah, I believe it was him. Question 3. Which of the following is the incorrect combination of a monster and the city it destroyed in Godzilla Final Wars? Anguirus and Shanghai, Rodan, Moscow, Kamacuras and Paris, and Zilla and Sydney. That would be Rodan and Moscow. That he attacked Moscow and destroyed all monsters. But in Final Wars, that was New York. Question 4. During Godzilla raids again, how does Godzilla give the coup de grace to the enemy monster? Throwing boulders, plucking it with scissors, by biting, or by headbutting? Biting, I guess. I think that was like that was like the killing blow. He bites Anguirus' neck. Although I think after that he incinerates him with the atomic breath, but I think what they're looking for is biting. Question 5. During King Kong vs. Godzilla, what ability did King Kong use to face down Godzilla's atomic breath? Electricity coursing through his body, barrier, radioactive flames, gravity beams. Electricity, which was an interesting thing that they gave him the ability to do. Probably maybe it had something to do with like the Frankenstein element that was there at some point during development. I don't know. Anyway, question 6. Who was in charge of modeling Godzilla in Shin Godzilla 2016? That's a much tougher question to end it with after a lot of these. Although I think they mentioned that there were some kind of study materials, which I have not had access to, so that might be named in there. But Takayuki Takeya, Yasushi Nirasawa, Fuyuki Shinada, Teizo Toshimitsu. I'm just gonna guess Toshimitsu, but I really don't know. Anyway, submit. Let's see. Quiz complete. Answered 34 out of 36 correctly. Okay. Let's see, which ones did I get wrong? I actually got the Biollante title one right. That's cool. Oh, it's one of the Shin Godzilla things. So the answer I gave was Kirai Fume Seibutsu Toku Betsu Saigai Taisaku Honbu. The correct answer was Tokusetsu, which I have to wonder if Anno specifically chose that wording because it sounds like Tokusatsu, but anyway. So that's one I missed. What was the other one? It was probably that last one. Yep, the correct answer was Takayuki Takeya. Okay, so let me see. So I aced the last one and I missed 2 on this one. So doing pretty good so far. Now we're moving on to the final trials. Oh my god, I've been sitting here an hour filming this. So final trial beginner. So these have fewer questions, so these should be quicker, thankfully. I think I'm maybe not most of the way done, but you know, it's not going to be super long from here. Question 1. How many rows of dorsal fins does the first generation of Godzilla have from Godzilla 1954? 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows, or 4 rows? That would be 3 rows. It's pretty much always been 3 rows. 3 main ones anyway. There have been like smaller ones on the outside sometimes, I think. Question 2. What body part did Godzilla 1954's Dr. Daisuke Serizawa lose in the war? Right hand, right eye, left hand, left eye. Was it his right or left eye? Shit. Obviously it'd be cheating to pull up a picture. Fuck. It's not on the poster behind me. I can't use that. Can't use that. I'm gonna say right eye. I don't exactly have the most photographic memory there, but I think it was his right eye, because the eye patch was on the left as you look at him, I think. Question 3. In Godzilla 1954, which is the name of the boy from Odo Island who lost his mother and older brother to Godzilla? That would be Shinkichi. His older brother being Masaji. Quarter four. Question 4. Which one of the following people did not participate in the development of Godzilla 1954? Eiji Tsuburaya, Ishiro Honda, Akira Ifukube, or Shinji Higuchi? I want to say Higuchi wasn't born yet, but I'm not completely No. I don't think he's that old. I know he was at least old enough to have helped out in like a kind of minor crew capacity on the Return of Godzilla, but I think he was still pretty young then. He would have been born after 1954, but all that doesn't really matter because he definitely was not involved in the actual making of Godzilla 1954, whether he was born or not. Question 5. Which of the following is the island where Godzilla and Anguirus first appeared in Godzilla Raids Again? Faro Island, Daikoku Island, Iwato Island, or Odo Island? That would be Iwato Island. Question 6. Which of the following is the correct end result of Godzilla and King Kong's showdown in King Kong vs. Godzilla? Oh my god. I feel like we're getting into discourse territory here. I don't know whether to answer King Kong won or it was a draw. They're both alive at the end of the film. King Kong is the only one who surfaces, but we hear that Godzilla is still out there. Oh, jeez. This is like taking a basic, like, East Asian geography course, and then suddenly they ask you which one's the real China. I'm gonna say King Kong won. I'm taking my stand there. King Kong won. We'll see. Question 7. Which is the correct name of the research spacecraft that appeared in Destroy All Monsters? Star Falcon, Yalin, Moonlight SY3, or P1? That would be Moonlight SY3. Question 8. What is the name of the bullied child and protagonist of Godzilla's Revenge, 1969? Saburo Miki, Ichiro Miki, Jiro Miki, or Shiro Miki? That would be Ichiro. It's a good thing they didn't like vary what his last name was and they only put Ichiro once, because if they put like all different last names, like they could have said they could have had 2 options that were Ichiro with different last names and I would have been screwed. I know his name's Ichiro, but I don't think they ever mention his last name in the movie. But anyway, question 9. Which is the name of the race of people who sent Megalon to the surface in Godzilla vs. Megalon? M. Space Hunter Nebula aliens, Kelokian, Black Hole Planet 3 aliens, Seatopians. That's the correct answer. Question 10. Which is the name of the monster that Monster X transformed into in Godzilla Final Wars? Kaiser Ghidorah, King Ghidorah, Des Ghidorah. Des Ghidorah. This is a tangent. This is a diversion, a side note. But Des Ghidorah is the stupidest fucking official translated name. I swear to God. Like, it's obviously supposed to be Death Ghidorah. But for some reason, that's the official name for that version of Ghidorah. But doesn't really matter anyway. Neither does Dragon King, because the correct answer is Kaiser Ghidorah. Question 11. Which of the following is the correct number of legs of the monster from question 10? 2 legs, 3 legs, 4 legs, 5 legs. 4 legs, which is an innovation. It broke new ground for Ghidorah. Usually has 2 legs, but they doubled it. Question 12. In Shin Godzilla, where did Godzilla's second form first make landfall? Kamata. Kamata-kun. Come on, we all know that. Question 13. Which of the following ministries does Hiromi Ogashira represent in Shin Godzilla? Ministry of the Environment, Defense, Internal Affairs and Communications, or Agriculture, Forestry, and Fisheries? That would be the Environment. Question 14. Who among the following Shin Godzilla staff members handled the image design for Godzilla? Oh god. Mahiro Maeda. This is a beginner question? What the fuck? Mahiro Maeda, Yasuyuki Inoue, Katsuya Terada or Yoji Shinkawa. I recognize the name Yasuyuki Inoue. I don't know if this is from where, but I've seen that name before. That's my guess. I don't know. Question 15. The poster catchphrase of Shin Godzilla is Japan versus X. Which of the following applies to X? Belgium? Godzilla, reality, Mothra. That would be Godzilla. Although they did have the little furigana little notes next to the words Japan and Godzilla, which were reality for Japan and fiction for Godzilla. So that's where that comes from. But anyway, Belgium. Quiz complete, answered 13 out of 15 correctly. Let's see what I missed. Hey, I got the I right. After all the sweating I did over that. Okay. So, the correct end result of Godzilla and King Kong's showdown was a draw. That's the official word. I said King Kong won. Damn it. I guess that would have been in the study materials, but I don't have those. So, and then, oh yeah, and I got the Shin Godzilla design question wrong again. The correct answer was Mahiro Maeda. Return to exam main page. So I missed 2 there. Final trial intermediate. Let's go. Question 1. In Godzilla 1954, which is the name of the ship belonging to the South Seas Shipping Company that was sunk due to an unknown cause? Eiko Maru, Yahata Maru, Glory Maru, or Tairio Maru. I don't know where that last one comes from. These other 2 are from Godzilla movies, but not the original. I think there was another ship in the original from that company that sank, but that's not one of the options here. Question 2. Which of the following theaters was destroyed by Godzilla in the original Godzilla? The Nichigeki Theater. That's the one with that big round facade. Question 3. The number of the diving suit worn by Hideto Ogata in Godzilla is 5, but what is Dr. Serizawa's diving suit number? Shit. Is it 4? I'm gonna guess 4. I don't know. Was that in the study materials? Like, I have to wonder, like, what was it? Was it just a big list of trivia facts like this? Because I struggle to see how that would come up in, like, a basic rundown of the film. Question 4. Planet X was discovered behind which planet in Invasion of Astro Monster, 1965? Venus, Mars, Jupiter, or third planet of Yomi? What's that? Is that, like, from the black hole in Japanese? Why didn't they translate it, though? I don't know. Question 5. Which of the following is the weakness of the Keylocks from Destroy All Monsters? Low temperature. Not the rest of those. Question 6. Terror of Mechagodzilla marked the first Godzilla film in some time for which Ishiro Honda was employed as director. Choose the correct number of how many Godzilla movies came between his return. So between the last film he directed, then I suppose, and this one. So the last one before Terror of Mechagodzilla that he directed was All Monsters Attack, and in between that was Godzilla vs. Hedorah, Godzilla vs. Gigan, Godzilla vs. Megalon, and Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. So we got 4. Question 7. Which is the correct height difference between Godzilla's appearance in Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah and Godzilla vs. Biollante? I think he was 80 meters in Biollante and 100 in King Ghidorah. I only remember that because it's specifically a plot point that he becomes bigger in that film. Question 8. In Godzilla vs. Mothra, 1992, which song did the Cosmos sing when Mothra and Batra were communicating? Mothra's song, Mahara Mothra, Call Happiness, Mothra Leo. It wouldn't have been those last 2, but I believe it was Mahara Mothra. Question 9. Which of the following is the name of protagonist Yoshito Chujo's nephew from Godzilla Tokyo SOS? Shun, I think. Yeah. Yeah, Shun. Question 10. In Shin Godzilla, during the conference covering the first aqua tunnel flooding and steam explosion in Tokyo Bay, the reason the representative of the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry, and Fisheries is absent is because they are on a foreign tour of which country? France, the USA, Australia, or China? It was Australia. That's a really specific question, and I'm surprised I remember the answer to that. Because it's literally just a throwaway remark in a little text caption. But then, hey, I'm very familiar with these text captions. Question 11. In Shin Godzilla, where was the Taba Strategy Forward Command Post established? Tamagawa Sengen Shrine, Denen Chofu Hachiman Shrine, Komorikate Shrine, or Anamori Nari Shrine. I believe it was Tamagawa Sengen. Yeah. Question 12. In Shin Godzilla, there is a billboard for Jack and Sally placed near the Nomigawa River. What sort of specialist hospital is this? Dog, cat, waist, or knee? I have no idea. Is that a Nightmare Before Christmas reference? And what does Nightmare Before Christmas have to do with dogs, cats, waists, or knees? I'm gonna guess dog. I have no idea. Question 13. Which of the following TV programs did Godzilla appear in as a guest? Kure Kure Takara. That's a fun show, actually. A friend of mine showed me that back in college. It's a weird kids show about a greedy octopus. It literally means gimme gimme octopus. Go Kotaro Ushikawa, Zone Fighter, or Megaloman. It was Zone Fighter, as we all know. Because for years, literally the only episodes translated to that show were the ones that Godzilla was in, because the Godzilla fandom is woefully behind other tokusatsu fandoms in terms of fan subbing activity, to the point where like everybody knows that certain home video releases have bad subtitles for the films, but like we don't have an active fan subbing community. I really don't understand it, to tell you the truth. And I mean, you could say, why don't you get off your ass and do something about it if it's such a problem? I don't know enough Japanese to do that very well, although I could just study more. But I do know a little bit of Aegis sub. I guess I could, do some of the formatting and things like that. I don't know. Anyway, question 14. Which of the following is another movie by Godzilla 2014 director Gareth Edwards? Caravan of Courage in Ewok Adventure, Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, Kong Skull Island, or Pacific Rim? It's Rogue One, but they reference the Ewok movies. No one in America hardly remembers the Ewok movies, man. That's hilarious. Question 15. What was the title of Destroy All Monsters when it was released at the Toho Champion Festival? All Monsters Attack Directive, The Monsters Desperate Battle, Godzilla the Grand Blitz Operation, and Great Monster War Godzilla, King Ghidorah vs. Godzilla. Grand Blitz Operation. It's a hell of a title. But yeah, submit. 13 out of 15. Alright, what did I miss? Okay. So Dr. Serizawa's diving suit number was 2. I didn't remember that. Can you ever forgive me? And Jack and Sally is a cat hospital. I don't feel so bad about missing that. A cat hospital. Alright. Final trial, super advanced. 31 questions total spanning 4 pages. From Japanese rock stars to TV shows to cut content, anything goes with this one. Alright. This sounds good. This sounds like some of the more challenging questions from Jeopardy, so I'm actually kind of excited about this one. I don't expect to do as well as I've been doing on the rest of these, but this should be interesting. Alright. Here we go. Question 1. By what name is Varan, who appears in Destroy All Monsters, worshipped by in the 1958 film Varan. Choose the correct spelling. Baradagi. That's the name on his hoard of rare kaiju film materials. That's a really God, I really am becoming a fucking drama YouTuber. Question 2. Which of the following is the correct number of total episodes in the 1973 tokusatsu TV program Zone Fighter, the same show that guest starred Godzilla, King Ghidorah, and Gigan? That would be 26 episodes, I believe. I don't think it was that long, but I don't exactly remember offhand, but I think it's 26. Question 3. Which of the following movies was Versus series special effects director Koichi Kawakita not involved in? Gunhead, The Grand Caesars, Kawaii Jenny, and Guyford. They were not kidding about the anything goes there. This is some fucking deep cuts. Let me see. The Grand Caesars and Guyford, I think they were TV tokusatsu originally, although I think they probably maybe had movies to go along with them. Kawaii Jenny and Gunhead. Gunhead, I think, is older than any of the rest of these, and maybe before Kawakita stepped up to special effects director on the Godzilla series. I think maybe that was Nakano who did that, or maybe it was someone else besides Kawakita. I'm gonna guess that. I really don't know. Question 4. Singer Demon Kaka has declared his love of Godzilla and even appeared in Godzilla vs. Biollante. Which among the following is the correct name of the band to which he is associated? Seonima 2, Seikima 2, Seikima 2, and Seikimai 2. I don't know. I'm gonna guess Seikima 2. I have no idea. Question 5. Which of the following characters does not appear in the 1997 TV show Godzilla Island? Neo Hedorah, Hyper Mecha King Ghidorah, First Aid Jet Jaguar, and Super Special Space Godzilla High Grade Type 2. I know First Aid Jet Jaguar does. That is one of my favorite little obscure meme image things. I don't know. I'm just gonna go ahead and guess Super Special Space Godzilla High Grade Type 2. I really don't know any of these. This really is super advanced. Question 6. Which among the following is the correct number of appearances in the Godzilla series by actor Akira Nakao, who has portrayed such roles as G-Force Commander Takaki Aso? Maybe 6. I don't know. I don't think it's a ton, but I know he's been in a few even outside of the Versus series, which is where G-Force is from. Question 7. What kind of turtle is Kamebis from Godzilla Tokyo SOS based on? Common snapping turtle, alligator snapping turtle, African spurred tortoise, or Matamata? That would be Matamata. I do know that one. Sweet. I actually know one. Question 8. Which of the following was not used as a skin template for the original Godzilla's concept models? Crocodile skin, shark skin, scaly skin, wart skin. I think shark skin. How many times does the opening Toho logo appear in Shin Godzilla? 3 times, 2 times, 4 times, or 5 times? 2 times, because they have the current Toho logo, but then Anno throws in the vintage one after that, so we get 2 Toho logos. It's great. Question 10. Which of the following movies did longtime Godzilla series director Ishiro Honda not serve as the director? Atragon, Matango, The Three Treasures, Battle in Outer Space. Believe that's The Three Treasures. pretty sure all, yeah, the rest of these are all Honda. Question 11. From the early stages of the 1984 Godzilla Resurrection Project, which is not a form of the demon beast Bagan? We're talking about fucking Bagan. Which is not a form of the demon beast Bagan who was considered to appear? Water God Beast, Phantom God Beast, Monkey God Beast, and Dragon God Beast. I'm gonna say Monkey God Beast. That sounds pretty fucking off the wall and not really like any version of Bagan I've ever seen or heard of. But I don't know much about Bagan except as kind of a cursed fandom in-joke, so... Of the following movies, which one has Andy Serkis, the mocap actor for Godzilla from Godzilla 2014, not had any involvement with? Rampage, Black Panther, 2005 King Kong, and Star Wars The Last Jedi. That's a good question. I'm gonna guess Rampage, because that did have like mocap monsters, and he did provide mocap for King Kong. I don't remember hearing about him doing that one, and I'm pretty sure someone else was George, which was the giant gorilla in that movie. I haven't heard anything about him being involved in Black Panther The Last Jedi either. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Rampage. Question 13. Which of the following manga artists drew the illustration of Godzilla on the cover of the pamphlet for the 1980 revival screening of Mothra vs. Godzilla? Mitsuteru Yokoyama, Osamu Tezuka, Leiji Matsumoto, or Shotaro Ishinomori? I recognize the last three of those, but I have no idea who it was. I'm gonna guess Ishinomori. He was involved in, like, some Toei Tokusatsu TV shows down the road, like Kamen Rider and Super Sentai in their early versions. Or I guess it would have been before 1980. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and guess him, just because of the Tokusatsu connection, but I have no clue. Question 14. Which of the following movies did Jun Tazaki, who played the JSDF Commanding General of the Eastern Army in King Kong vs. Godzilla, not appear in? Okay, so which one was Jun Tazaki not in? Mothra vs. Godzilla, he was the editor. Astro Monster, he was the World Space Authority guy. He was like in charge of the astronauts mission in that. Ebura, Horror of the Deep, he's like the leader of the Red Bamboo, like the top dog commander guy. And then Son of Godzilla, yeah, he's not in that one. The role that I could see him playing was instead played by Tadao Takashima. Question 15. From Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, 1993, what is the name of the atomic ray Godzilla used to destroy Mechagodzilla? Hyperspiral heat ray, power breath, uranium hyper heat ray, and burn spiral heat ray. I'm gonna say hyperspiral heat ray. I'm not really sure what the official name for that was. Question 16. What is the name of Gigan's ray attack from Godzilla Final Wars 2004? Scattered light beam Gigarium cluster, gravity beam Gigarium cluster, radioactive light beam Gigarium cluster, or shocking light beam Gigarium cluster. I'm gonna say scattered because I remember it does that kind of little shotgun split thing. That's my guess. I don't know. That's the thing. This is getting into like really deep, like official trivia lore, and just absolute nerd shit like that. But then it's also getting into like kind of genuinely interesting but obscure facts. So like some of it is stuff that just some poor staffer at Toho writing some promotional thing pulled out of his ass once, but then some of it is actual like interesting but really obscure actual facts. So this is like a weird mix here. Question 17. What is the name of the red atomic ray Godzilla used during the first battle, or in the final battle in Godzilla Final Wars? For Christ's sake. Burning G spiral heat ray, I'm gonna say, because it does have like a spiral thing around it, I think. Question 18. What is the official name of Mogar that appeared in Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla in 1994? So they're asking us the full name finally. Mobile Operation Godzilla Universal Expert Robot Aerotype. Question 19. Who is the director that was responsible for filming additional scenes for Godzilla 1954? leading to the creation of the Americanized version called Godzilla King of the Monsters, 1956. That would be Terry O. Morse. Question 20. Which of the following Godzilla games was released for the Turbo Duo in 1994? Godzilla Battle Legends, Godzilla Destroy All Monsters, Godzilla Giant Monster March, and Godzilla Archipelago Shock. I'm gonna guess Archipelago Shock. I really don't know. But I like that name. It's very unusual. Question 21. Which of the following movies was also directed by Michael Dougherty, the director of Godzilla King of the Monsters? Krampus, X2, X-Men 2, Daredevil, or The Kings of Summer? Kings of Summer was Jordan Vogt Roberts. That's neat. Kong Skull Island's director. But yeah, it was Krampus. Question 22. Which actor played as an Exilian in Godzilla Final Wars? Just any old Exilian. Hongo Sakaguchi, Home Sakaguchi, Tak Sakaguchi, and Kenji Sakaguchi. I'm gonna guess Kenji. I don't know. Question 23. In which episode of Ultraman did the monster Jiras, who was portrayed using a modified Godzilla suit, appear? It was pretty early in the show, but was it as early as episode 4? Yeah, I'm gonna guess 4. Because I do remember it being like surprisingly early on the last time I watched that show. So there's my guess, but I don't know. Alright, I think we're in the home stretch here. We're on the last page. So, which of the following monsters has never been portrayed using a modified Baragon suit? Neronga, Gavora, Mogra, and Gorgos. I've been enjoying Ultraman and the Ultra series from what I've been watching since these new Mill Creek Blu-ray sets have been coming out, but I don't know the monsters very well. Which one is Neronga? I'm gonna say Gorgos, but I'm really not sure. Question 25. Which anime also features Mamoru Miyano, the voice actor for the main protagonist of the anime Godzilla trilogy, Haruo Sakaki? Let's see. I'm not sure. I recognize the names Knights of Sidonia, Psychopaths, and Steins Gate. Don't know that one. I don't know if Gen Urobuchi or anyone was involved in any of the rest of these. Like, what else did that guy do? I know he did, like, Madoka Magica, which I've never seen, but I know he did that. I'm gonna say Knights of Sidonia. I have no clue. Question 26. Which of the following has Takayuki Takeya, who is in charge of modeling and designing Godzilla and Shin Godzilla? Motherfucker. Not done any development work for, I don't know. We have Kamen Rider ZO, Shin Kamen Rider Prologue, Kamen Rider J, and Kamen Rider Drive. I don't know. I think all of these are like a little older, aren't they? ZO's pretty recent. It's not like the current show, but I think it might have been only like 1 or 2 shows ago. I'm gonna guess that one. Not sure though. Question 27. Which of the following movies does not feature the giant octopus? King Kong vs. Godzilla, Frankenstein vs. Baragon, Ebirah Horror of the Deep, War of the Gargantuas. Clever throwing the Frankenstein one in there. You could get in some arguments about technicalities there. But the answer is Ebirah Horror of the Deep, just flat out does not feature it. Question 28. What is the name of Haruo Sakaki's father, who appeared in the anime Godzilla tie-in novel Godzilla Monster Apocalypse, which takes place before the events of the trilogy? I don't know. I'm going to say Hayato Sakaki. I don't know. Question 29. Which of the following is not mentioned in the lyrics of the theme song Give Back the Sun from Godzilla vs. Hedorah? Okay. I think I know these. I think it's uranium. Pretty sure it's uranium. Lead, cadmium, and cyan. I believe all of those are mentioned. Question 30. Which of the following Toho monsters did not appear in the 1972 tokusatsu show Go Godman? I'm pretty sure Gavra did. I think Gorosaurus did. Maybe it was Kamebas. I'm gonna guess Kamebas. Or wait, no. Maybe Baragon. because I know Baragon suits got used for all kinds of Ultraman stuff. I'm gonna guess Baragon then. And question 31, finally, which of the following movies was not screened at the Toho Champion Festival in 1972? Ebirah, Horror of the Deep, Godzilla the Grand Blitz Operation, Godzilla vs. Gigan, and Great Monster War, King Ghidorah vs. Godzilla. Okay, wait a second. 1972. So they did like at least a couple of these a year early on. And let me see. King Ghidorah vs. Godzilla was the Champion Festival version of Invasion of Astro Monster, and that was one of the earlier ones shown. So I know Godzilla vs. Gigan was. I'm gonna say it's King Ghidorah vs. Godzilla, because I think that would have still been in like 1970 or 1971. So that's my guess. Submit. Let's see how we did. Answered 19 out of 31 correctly, so that was rougher than the other ones. Let's see what I get wrong. Okay, so Koichi Kawakita did do Gunhead. He didn't do Guyford. All right. Holy shit! I got the one about Demon Kaka's band right. First Aid Jet Jaguar was in. Wait, which one was Godzilla Island then? Because wasn't that the one with where all the monsters were portrayed by toys? And I'm pretty sure First Aid Jet Jaguar was in that. I'm gonna have to Google that and find out what's going on there. And let's see. Yep. Oh, Phantom God Beast was not a form of Bagan. Well, I guess I just don't know my Bagan very well. Oh, I got the Rampage one right. Oh, it was Leiji Matsumoto, not Shotaro Ishinomori. Leiji Matsumoto, you might remember, did Space Battleship Yamato, the original anime series. Okay, so it was Uranium Hyper Heat Ray, not Hyper Spiral Heat Ray. Okay. Oh yeah, because was there even a spiral on that? I don't remember. The 90s movies don't, by and large, do much for me, especially Mechagodzilla 2. I got Gigan's Ray right. How about that? Oh. It was Spark Heat Ray, not Spiral Heat Ray. Although I think there was a spiral in that one. I got Mogar right. Got that right. It was Godzilla Battle Legends, not Archipelago Shock. Dang it. It was Tak Sakaguchi, not Kenji Sakaguchi. Oh well. Oh shit. Okay. So it was episode 10, not episode 4. That's the thing, like my immediate gut response was like episode 9 or 10, but I second guessed myself there. So that's that. Hey, I got Gorgos right. I'm surprised. I don't know my Ultra Kaiju all that well, so there we go. It was Steins Gate, not Knights of Sidonia. Okay. It was Shin Kamen Rider Prologue, not Kamen Rider ZO. It was Akira Sakaki. Okay. Uranium, got that right. Baragon, got that right. Got that one right too. Alrighty, well, there we go. That's the whole thing there. So let me see. How did I do overall? Let me see. So I got all 30 questions right on the first one. I got what? I think 34 right on the next one. 13 and 13 on the next two. And then 19. The total number of questions would be, let's see, 30, 66, 81, 96, plus 31, 109 out of 127 total, which is a percentage of 85.8%. All right, so about 86. That's a high B, considering like how obscure some of those later ones were. Yeah, I'm I'm happy with that. That last bit was really was really tough. They were really digging deep for those. So yeah. Anyway, if you stuck around through this, you know, thanks for watching. Thanks to my patrons, especially Exploder Button, John Paneer, and Ryan Clark. And I'll see you guys again soon with another video. I'm not sure what at the moment. Maybe I'll finally get to one of the ones I've been meaning to do forever. Who knows? But I've kind of resolved to do something else before the next Kaiju binge, so we'll see what that turns out to be. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot for watching.